Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I've got the review for Uchiha Itachi, or a lot of people just call him Itachi Uchiha, but whatever, it's been a while since I've seen the show. So I hope you guys enjoy, and yes, this is how he came in the packaging with one open hand and one fist. I guess that's just how they wanted to put him in. For accessories, Itachi comes with an extra opposite fist hand, an extra opposite open hand, and then a pair of pointing hands. Now, since we've looked at this, let's look at the figure. There are a lot of good things and a lot of bad things about this figure in particular. You may have noticed his robe kind of hinders a lot of the articulation in the chest area and the legs, so all you're kind of left with is like head articulation and everything arm related. Well, and if you count his feet, which is not really a bad thing because you can't really have him without this robe. There was really no other way they could have done this, but at least they have the option to where it could kind of open up, which I'll show you guys later. Now, since we know what we're going to be dealing with, let's get into the articulation. To make this easier, I will be taking off the robe, so it actually comes apart with this little knob that kind of goes into this hole, and it will stay kind of put, which I guess it's pretty cool that you can have the option of getting more articulation, but that does leave, as you can see, the black arms. There are two major reasons why I do not recommend opening up the robe for more articulation, mainly because of this. It does seem a little bit narrow, but I'm okay with that. Honestly, it doesn't really allow a lot of articulation anyways, because I've never really taken off this robe. I just kind of felt like this would be better for doing articulation, but I was kind of wrong. There is possibly one or two things you can really do with the robe off, which is not necessarily a great thing, but if you really, really want him to get into more dynamic poses, then it is a good thing. He really only has a waist swivel for his chest area, as you can see. Try to slip that back, but there is not really much else. There's no crunch forward, no crunch back. It's kind of just a swivel. Now, getting to the legs is kind of something that is one of my biggest gripes. Though not like really, really hard, this plastic is not really the softest it could be. And it kind of hinders the amount these legs can go up. He can comfortably kick up to about there, but a little bit higher might kind of snap it off of the joint. And that's happened a couple times, and it's pretty common, I think, in these figures especially. He has a very small amount of leg swivel, and his double knee allows him to kick up quite a bit. Itachi has some pretty good backwards, and pretty good forward as well. This is mainly due to the leg being on a ball joint, and the ball joint having an up and down in a way. It allows for a little bit more rocker, and it also allows for, just more foot articulation. The good thing is pulling these feet off. If they ever snap off, they're really, really easy to put back on, and they just stay pretty steady for a little while. But I just be careful with, like I said, that the top of the legs up here, those tend to snap off every so often. It only happened a couple times, but with a figure just like this one, with such a heavily rubbery undershirt, it's kind of hard to snap them back on, but it is doable if you do it the correct way. Arms can swivel all the way around, and his arms have a pretty good amount of up. What I believe is a double jointed elbow allows his arms to go a little bit higher. Yeah, I'm a little bit over 90 degrees. The hands are much like the feet. They're on a ball, and the ball has kind of like a hinge that goes up and down. Hands are able to pop off so that you can switch them, but that also leads to a separate problem. It might be a pain putting some of the hands on because the hole on the inside might be too small for the ball joint on the arm. So you might have to do some drilling. You might have to, take a very thin knife and somehow cut the hole to be deeper. Let's see if I could show you what I did. Like this one, I did to this one, and I had to do it to this one as well. So yeah, it was kind of a pain. Sometimes when you take them off, it'll just kind of keep them on, and it'll kind of stay like that for a little bit. So just a heads up, if you're planning on getting this figure, swapping hands might be very difficult. Quite possibly my favorite part of this figure is his head. I just love the detail put into the eyes. If I could get a nice and focused camera here, you could see how his eyes have Sharingan. I forgot the hell what it is, but he's got his headband, he's got that, and he's got the lines on his head. It just looks pretty good. You can already tell like who the character is, and it just looks pretty amazing. His neck looks about this much down and not much up whatsoever. Itachi stands almost exactly 6 inches in height. He is about the same exact size as the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Super Action statue Bruno Bucciolati, and is slightly shorter than the old mold for the Star Wars Black Series Stormtrooper. Is it worth its $20 price tag? Yeah, it's kind of worth 20 bucks. But if it's definitely not SH Figuarts quality, well, that obviously making sense, but it's not anywhere really near the quality of an SH Figuarts Itachi figure. It's got a lot of hindered articulation. Whether or not you like the hood, it's got its benefits and it's got its like downsides. The articulation, even without it, is rather limited compared to the Kakashi one. If you guys want to see a review on that, just let me know in these comments. But honestly, yes, it is worth 20 bucks. It is a pretty good figure. If you can't afford the SH Figuarts version, then I suggest this one. This one is pretty good. If you're not really thinking of putting him in that many dynamic poses, yeah, you could probably have a lot of fun with this one. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and see you guys next time. Bye.